Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Sir Stephen Topham Hatt the Third, at your service here. Now, we're going to talk about this seriously, and we're going to talk about the HS2 being scrapped, which is a good idea in every angle. There were a lot of politics in this, and regardless that the Hatts are standing back watching all of this, we have a stake in this because we have entitlement, if you will. A lot of you know that my ancestor is the one who built all the original railway systems. Now, a lot of you that are complaining about confusion and delay, after all, you're not going to win because the problem is that my great ancestor, Sir Topham Hatt Senior, put safeguards in place for everybody, not just for the public of Manchester and Leeds. All right, there was a safeguard put in place to prevent this from happening. So my Sir Stephen Topham Hatt III, my ancestor Sir Topham Hatt Senior, put safeguards in place in Scotland, Glasgow, west to east, and south included. On top, as you are now watching this, you probably understand that Regine is doing a good job. And considering that he's telling you that HS2 has to be scrapped, there was a good enough reason for it. A big enough, good enough reason for it. And a lot of people say HS2, fast and efficient. Has it been tested? No. Is it safety public-wise? No. Is it going to be safe for the people? No. Because there's a safety guard limit on the rails. Right? On the rails itself, old or new, they have to have a safety limit. When I mean there's a speed limit going right from backwards to forwards. Doesn't matter where you're going or where you're coming from. Leeds and Manchester are fighting it off, saying 3182, 3182, and I am saying in the longer run, no, you're not going to get it because it's wrong. You know, when you take transport and look at the rails, look at the construction, the build up, the money spent, and everything else, it adds up. And it doesn't always go into the public's favour. Not in the public's favour because it will not work. And it will officially not work for a good enough reason. And a lot of people are probably watching a lot of YouTube videos telling you, oh, Regine is doing a bad job. No, he's not at all in any aspect. The Hatts have more of a stake in this than anybody else. Why? Because we built those railways from the beginning and we know what we're talking about at all times. And it doesn't always go in the public's favour all the time. I had complaints from many people, not just Manchester and Leeds, but quite a lot. And it did give me a headache here and there. But realistically, it's about time you lot start looking realistically about it. Are you concerned about speed or your safety? Because your safety is number one priority. My ancestor put you in this place, in this direction from the beginning of time. And I'm not going to have people saying, oh, he is totally wackoed. No, I am not. And I'm telling you now, I am really strict and stern when it comes down to this. And I'm glad it is really down to earth. Do you want to be killed on the railway or do you not want to be killed? Safety is more important than the HS2 speed limit. You're not trying to override the speed limit of the train. You're speed limiting to try to get there on time. But it's not always about that. When people look on the rails today, they do a 70-mile journey to a 100-mile journey. Why? Because we don't push over the limit of 100 miles. The railways cannot sustain it. It doesn't matter if it's a 200-mile journey, it doesn't work. And when you look at a 200-mile journey from London to Manchester or Leeds, whatever, going that direction, you're ending up with a dead project in your hands because it doesn't work. It never has, never will, and it never will be. Why do people make changes and learn the fact that safety is number one? You don't think before building these things. These big things are not meant to happen. The HS2 was a damn fluke. Regime did a good job by saying it had to be scrapped. It had to be scrapped because he was trying to prove a point. And he had his point. Now it's my turn to tell you that my ancestor who built the original railway systems knew everything. The LNER, the British Rail, everything, right to 1845. And then you telling me I'm not, if you see me as like one of the public, I am not one of the public, ever. When I go out and about trying to solve this problem, this is not a problem to be rectified so quickly. If you want to destroy Scotland, or the rest of Scotland, as example here, we don't have the time or the place to talk. We have people saying, why is regime doing this? Why is this person that keeps speaking off on the north of Scotland saying we want HS2 to be completed? No, it won't be completed. It cannot work because it will never happen. Because in the end of the day, you've got that bloody problem in your head saying we want to finish the HS2 off. The answer will be no. Because it will be official no after all. And it cannot run the way it would like to run. You probably see it as a goods line or something like that. But if you're talking about like passengers, then you're doing a health and safety risk, a risk assessment. And then it'll be unfit because people want faster trains, faster speeds, faster this. We're going to have this problem every generation. We're going to have this problem. Tackle. And the answer will always be a no because it's a want, not a need. And it's about time you get it in your thick skulls, in your heads, now, rather than later. Feel sorry for yourselves and then you end up having a dead descendants on your heads. I don't want that, nor do you. The answer is clear, crystal, and pointless. It is true that what regime did was right. If the Parliament doesn't like it, take it to me and they can say to the Hatts in the front of their faces. And take it head on. Because I won't take no shit and no one else. In any angle. I may be unique. But I know the day that the HS2 will fall, it did happen. And now you had a prophecy that actually coming true. You're now witnessing it with your own eyes and ears. Look at yourselves and look at it properly and look at it realistically. You looked and realised, oh shit, he knew everything. Do you know what? Next move that the Parliament will make is try to take regime from his Prime Minister direction. What will happen to regime if he gets his Prime Minister taken away from him? He will lose his job, then he become useless. just because he was dead bloody honest about moving forward about something else. Just because he didn't want it to go north, nor do I. So I'm not taking the rap for every person who wants HS2 on the line and then ending up saying, why is Scotland not getting it? Why? Because my ancestors got safeguard put in place for you lot to listen to it. And I had, enough is enough. My ancestors put something in safeguard mode for you to be safe on the rails. Anyway, it's the fact, it's the truth, and it's the logic. If no one doesn't like it, look at yourselves and be realistic. Was HS2 really worth it? My ancestors put something in place to make sure you stay safe. And a lot of it doesn't give a damn because you think moving on progressively is moving forward. Yes, but you got to be realistic that there were things that happened in the past that have to be rectified here. On top of that, it's what M&GN is trying to tell you. He was trying to tell you specifically that we need to rebuild the old railway lines because they were more connectivity in place. They had all the pieces there. All you had to do was listen to someone who's got knowledge on this subject. It's not about the transport committee in the government. It's me alone. Listen to me. Don't ignore me. Thank you very much.